What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. We are heading into a weekend now, so we should expect some volatility. We got a few interesting indications, bit of mixed signals. We don't really have an obvious direction right now, so we're going to be going over all those indications, looking at some possibilities. But before we get into that, if at any point you enjoy this video, please consider hitting the like, hitting subscribe, and turning on my post notifications so you can always get alerted when I post a new video, and it really supports my channel. So as always, guys, I appreciate it. So I guess we can start on Bitcoin's 4-hour. I just kind of want to look at price action first, though. You can see since we had this dump down to 2,800. We have been putting in consistent higher highs and higher lows, which is good. That means we have a bull trend forming, at least in the mid to short term. It's looking like the 4-hour could be pretty bullish. We had a green dot print down here, as well as the VWAP. That is a horrible arrow, but the VWAP crossing over into the positive with money flow curving up into the positive, and it's currently spiking up a little bit. So the 4-hour is looking pretty bullish for Bitcoin. You see we got rejected at this point. We came down right through this support level, came back up and tested it, and now we came down here and tested this trend line, which has been pretty much defining the bottoms other than these two wicks. So this is a very substantial support line, and we've just bounced off of it, and we're currently pumping up a little bit. Looking at the 2-hour time frame, we have a bullish divergence here. You see price going down while the momentum waves are coming up. So that is a bullish sign. We do have the money flow coming down and getting a little bit of a bounce here. It's still over the zero line. It's still in the positive. It had a little sharp increase up. Actually, it dipped down into the negative for a second there. But the VWAP is pointing sharply up. So this, I would say, mostly bullish indications. A bit of a mixed bag, but it's looking like it could potentially be bullish. The 1-hour, the money flow is much deeper in the red, but it's looking like it could start to curve up into the positive soon. We have this bullish divergence on the 1-hour too, so that is a possibility. So I would say mostly bullish signals from the 4-hour down. Now, I know you've heard about this blood diamond on the 1-day. I tweeted about it. Everybody else is talking about it, and I'm sure that you've heard everybody say that it's probably not a big deal, right? I'm sure you've heard some people say that already, and that is because the daily blood diamonds, at least for like this bull run, have typically preceded a minor drop, say like 10% drop, followed by the beginning of a bull trend. And I'll show you a few examples of that. I can't remember if it was right here or right here, and I can't remember what chart it was on, but on one chart there was a blood diamond at one of these two spots in March, and it pretty much preceded a bit of like a 10% correction followed by a pump up to all-time highs. But the last blood diamond that I can see on this chart did exactly the same thing. It was back in September of 2020, so pretty much right as this bull run was getting started. We had a 15% drop on this blood diamond, and then it was only up from there. We had another blood diamond back in June of 2020, and this one was a 7 to 10% drop, and for this one we consolidated a bit before ultimately beginning the bull trend. So yeah, while this blood diamond is a bit concerning, I wouldn't say it necessarily means we're gonna create lower lows here. If you take a measured move from the top of that wick and let's say it does a 10% drop, that would put us right back to 30k. And if this blood diamond is anything like the previous, then it could be the start of a much larger bull trend. So I would expect this weekend to be volatile. If you're trading, I would say be careful. I would only be taking swing trades right now. I would be looking for short-term trades off of support or resistance levels, looking for reactions, because looking for scalps on the weekend, it can be kind of risky. You know, things are looking kind of bullish here, but there are some indications that say maybe we come up and get rejected and possibly come lower. Now, if that happens, that would sort of void out this upward trend that we have forming right here. So, that is where the confusion comes from, because, you know, honestly, it doesn't seem like anybody knows exactly what's going to happen here. Maybe we keep on trending inside of this range. Maybe we break out of it. And I mean, you could argue that this could be a good trade to take. Maybe it goes up to the top of the range again. If you did do that, I would set a tight stop loss right below this support line in case we do end up breaking down. But I feel like trading will get a lot easier come Monday at the start of the new week. We're going to have much more volume on the weekdays. So on the weekends, it's much easier to manipulate the price, whether people want to manipulate it up or down. It's much easier. So yeah, be careful out there, guys. Oh, and by the way, if any of you do want to try your hand at leverage trading, you can click my Bybit referral link in the description. We both get a small bonus for you doing that, so helps me out, helps you out. I really appreciate that, guys. And yeah, if you do that, yeah, definitely be careful. Know what you're doing before you get into leverage trading. I am not a financial advisor, so I cannot give you financial advice. Yeah, with that being said, let's move over to Ethereum. So Ethereum's 4-hour chart is looking much, I wouldn't say much more bullish, but a little bit more bullish than Bitcoin's. We have a momentum wave that is smaller than the previous momentum wave, as well as a nice curve money flow wave just now peaking into the positive. We have the VWAP wave looking like it is about to head into the positive. It has not crossed over yet, but it looks like it's about to, unless we get a rejection off of that. The RSI just flipped over to overbought, so that is a bit of a bearish sign, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to trend downward. That's just one bullish or bearish indication. And we did have a bearish divergence here on Ethereum, which preceded this correction that we had. From the top, we wicked down 11%. So maybe this bearish divergence already played out, or maybe it didn't. Something to keep in mind. It does look like we have formed a bottom here on the 4-hour. We got the green dot, the VWAP, but, you know, still be careful of that. The VWAP on the 2-hour just crossed over into the positive there. We do have the money flow kind of slumping over here, but it's pointing up now, so it looks like it might want to continue an upward direction here. RSI is very overbought on the 2-hour though, so that is a bit of a bearish indication, something to keep in mind. And on the 1-hour, it's kind of the same thing, some mixed signals. You know, VWAP and RSI are looking a bit bullish. The money flow is still in the negative, but it looks like it might want to start curving up into the positive. And we are currently coming up to a resistance line here at about 2140. So watch out for that level. See if we get a reaction there. And looking at the daily, RSI is still oversold, which is pretty bullish. However, the money flow and the VWAP on Ethereum are not looking overly bullish right now. We would hope that this negative money flow wave can curve up into the positive within the next few days. The VWAP is arching over heavily, made a bit of a hill here, and it looks like it is starting to head back towards the negative. But we do still have these big daily green dots, which I expressed my excitement for those already. Doesn't mean we have found a bottom here, possibly. Doesn't necessarily mean we found a bottom, but it's reason to be excited because, as I pointed out in a previous video, suppose I'll go back and show you, the last green dot that we had was right after the March 2020 crash, and we printed a green dot right at the bottom here. And we have not seen two green dots this close together for a very, very long time. I guess the last time would be back here in August of 18, but you know, that was in a bear market. All right, so yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I had to talk about. I would just, if you're trading, be careful on the weekends. If you're looking to stack coins right now, I would say nothing comes without its risks, but let's just say a lot of people would die to buy at these prices while this was going on. Same with a lot of the altcoins. Be careful with the useless altcoins right now. Right now is as we're in a time of uncertainty, I feel like is when fundamentals are going to shine. The projects that are actually doing important things are probably going to prosper in this time, and the ones that are not probably will not, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, guys, I will continue to watch the charts, keep you guys updated. If you want real-time updates, follow my Twitter. I always tweet out when I see something important for trade opportunities or possible reversal in a trend, anything like that. So go ahead, follow my Twitter. It's at binge_crypto. Appreciate that, guys. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like, hitting subscribe, and turning on post notifications. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting, guys. And I will see you tomorrow for my next video. Peace out.